Hello, friends. It is so good to see you. It's me, Christiana Gaudet, your tarot fairy godmother. It is Monday morning. That means that it is time for your 3-card weekly reading, where we will do 3 cards for the collective and individual cards for those who request. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am your tarot fairy godmother, and I am so happy to see you here today. Thank you for being here. All right, let's hop on over to CardCam. Hang on one second. I want to make sure I can see you all. Give me 1 second. It's so good to see all of you here today. There we go. Okay, now we will hop on over to CardCam, where you can see that I am using Ancestral Path Tarot by Julie Kuchowatz. So there are 2 editions of this, both by US Games, the original and a second edition. I have them both. This is the original. You can tell because it was at one time my workhorse deck, and you can tell that because it's all grubby and beat up. But it's a fun deck, so we're going to use it today. All right. 3 cards for the collective for the week ahead. Mix you here, tell Garbo we say hello. Oh, Trey, I've never seen this deck before. Was it popular? I think so. Popular enough that it was reissued after it went out of print. It's an interesting deck. It's a storytelling deck in a way. What she does, let's see what they say about it. A unique 78-card tarot deck uniting diverse multicultural beliefs and mythology. And this was published, okay, like this is historically a really interesting deck. My old eyes are not going to be able to see this. Okay, hang on. When was this first published? I mean, it was pretty early. I was using it early in my career. So we're going to say like 90s, early 90s. Oh, Medium That Rocks, you use it for past life readings. So what she did was she has a particular culture and a cultural myth for each suit. So it tells a story, which is kind of cool, or tells many stories. I did not repeat it as a workhorse deck. I used it up, and never bought another one as a workhorse. So whatever that means, I have no idea. All right. But I think it's interesting because it came from a time when we were beginning to be aware as a community that we, that tarot decks should not just feature white people, but we weren't thinking like, well, then just don't make them white. Like here it's like, okay, we have non-white people, but there's a reason for it. So it's an interesting thing if one were to really look at the evolution of tarot in our culture and how it reflects race. It's really interesting. Trey, I'm so jealous. Wish I could have been an adult during the 90s. Seems a lot more chill back then. In a lot of ways it was. In a lot of ways it was. But remember, 9/11 was at the very beginning. And so if you want real chill, you need to get back to the 80s. But then, every decade has its problems. Right, a lot of people call 9/11 the end of the 90s, but it happened at the very beginning. Medium That Rocks, my kids are the 9/11 generation, yeah. All right, here we go. 3 cards. Okay, sacred circles are pentacles. So we have the 2 of Pentacles reversed, the Lovers, and the Ace of Cups reversed. It's too early in the morning. What are we going to do with this? what do we do with this for the week ahead? What is this telling us? Okay. Like, I look at this and I say, well, don't give your love to the wrong people. You know, I love that. I love that. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Okay. We've got a couple from the audience. I really appreciate it. Don't give your love to the wrong people. Epstein files. So, you know, what I'm looking at is, well, we don't have money, we don't have time, we don't have love. What do we have? What do we have? We have each other. And so maybe we do have love after all. And I think there is a lot here about how we hang in difficult times. You know, from whence does our strength come? And I think it really suggests that we still have the ability to make decisions. We need to be strategic this week. So we need to rely on one another. We need to be strategic, and we need to recognize that there is a lot pulling at us, making us feel like we don't or won't have what we need. And it's really tapping into our emotions in a way that is very difficult. So as we go into this week, I think we're going to be very careful about our resources, but I'm going to say don't give in to the panic. Don't give in to the panic that, like, we're not going to be able to have anything. It's going to be, you know, don't give in to the panic. And you know, I think Trey said something really smart. Don't give your love to the wrong people, you know? And that includes, don't worry about the friends and family members who aren't treating you well. You don't got time for that. I do not have time to try to chase after people who aren't treating me well to find out why they're not treating me well. I mean, that's not me personally, but I think that's what we all need to be saying based on this. Make sense? Makes you hear, I feel attacked. Please just feel seen. Please feel seen. There is a thing there, though. See, people, like, when a person acts in a certain way, excuse me, maybe that's not who they are. Maybe it's just what they're going through. But how it affects you is how it affects you. Don't give it energy. Go give this some energy. Whatever that is. Melissa, thanks, Trey. Good perspective. It really is. It really, really is. It's really smart. All right. Here we go. Makes you wear it. No, I do feel seen. Also, today's my mama's birthday. Well, happy birthday to her. All right. Here we go. Caroline McLaughlin, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. Here is your card for the week ahead, and it's the Fool. And I love this card in this deck. The Fool is a tarot reader. She is actually a real live, excuse me, excuse me, a real live tarot reader. I'm fine. This time it's fires. The fires are all around us. We get a lot of little fires in this area in Florida. And I can always tell you when the fires are, because I have a fire sensor right there. Oh, right. Makes you air because your birthday was Saturday. You were your mother's birthday gift. That's perfect. That's perfect. Allison was John's birthday gift for a similar reason. Yeah. All right, so what do we have going on here with the Fool? A tarot reader. She is actually a real tarot reader, holding up a card that is the Fool, that is her. So it's like this whole mirror thing. I kind of really love this. It is for you, Caroline McLaughlin, that we have pulled this card on this Monday. So as you go forward, and this answers that question, like, do you read different cards in different decks differently? And typically I would say no. But since this is a tarot reader, and I love the idea of the Fool as a tarot reader. I love that. So this week, as you go forward, Caroline, go forward as much as possible in a trusting, open way. Learn as you go, but stay observant. You learn from the journey. So stay observant. And this is where, like, that really is an aspect of the Fool, right? Learning from the journey. And I think it's an interesting thing because the Fool does that, but a tarot reader does that big time because we help other people learn from the journey as well. And so this week, Caroline, be really aware of your journey and what it teaches you. There you go. Audrey, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Excuse me. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Oh, Jolie James, love that Fool card, lighting the way for others. That is fabulous. I love that. Audrey, so when I see your name, it's so good to see you, it reminds me to say this coming, is that true? This coming Sunday, it is true. This coming Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, of course it's Eastern Time because we're in person. No one from another time zone can visit us unless they too join our time zone. So 4 p.m., Panera Bread, Palm City. This Sunday, it's free to attend. Everyone join. Hope you can come, Audrey. And it's great to see you here this morning. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members-only emojis. We have the Star. I love this for you, Audrey. It's about healing. It's about hope. It's about being open to fulfillment, to the things that you want. You deserve good things. And this week, I think there is healing and good things and wishes fulfilled coming to you. I love that for you. May it be so. Maria Barisi, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. 8 of Cups reversed. So there's something here about digging your heels in and just doing what you need to do. And if that's what you need to do, then do that this week. But if you find that you are doing that and it's not quite the right thing for you to do, like if you think, like if you look at what you're doing and you say, I am digging my heels in and it's not serving me or anyone else, then maybe don't. So there's a way you're being either tenacious or stubborn. Which is it? And if it's tenacious, keep doing it. If it's stubborn, maybe do something different. Hey, Pip, it is so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. And thanks for using members-only emojis. Pip, thank you for my Saturday card reading. It was very insightful and helpful. Dating update. I found a guy and I'm falling in love. So that's why I'm also feeling so discombobulated. Well, let's see. But let's just remember. And this is something Martha Vink. Martha, are you present? Are you here right now? I'm going to share with you a bit of wisdom that Martha Vink shared with me when we were teens that she may not remember, which is, you don't fall into love, you rise into it, which I just love. I love that. But the thing is, early on, when we feel like we're falling in love, we might be, or we might be falling into infatuation, limerence, lust. We don't know yet. So keep us posted. We can't wait to figure out which it is. And maybe we'll get some information. Medium that rocks, rise into love. Right. Isn't that fabulous? I love that. All right. So here we go. Starting with you, Pip, card for the week ahead. And we are all looking at this because we are all now very invested in Pip's love life, because why wouldn't we be? The world reversed. Okay. So there is something here about feeling like your world is turned upside down. And in a new relationship, it can feel that way in the best way. Just make sure you're not turning your world around for someone else. You need to be able to welcome them to your world, not change everything to please someone else. The other thing is to, with this week, look at the things that are not where you want them to be. I'm not talking about the relationship right now. I'm talking about life. Look at things. How do I want to say this? Look at everything in your life that is not where you yet want it to be, and think about where you are and what you've accomplished and feel good about that, and make the plan for what you need to do next. There you go. All right. Pamela, and Pam, of course, is a member here as well. Pamela. 3 of Staves, or 3 of Wands reversed. There is a way this week, like this is the week, I think, where the rubber meets the road, where you're going to put some of your plans in action, or make plans to put your plans in action, and it's going to be scary. Do it anyway. And even if it doesn't go the way you want, that's okay. Pivot and take it elsewhere. The plan is good, even if the place doesn't work out. And for Pamela's daughter, of course. The Hanged One reversed. And let me just say, is that not the best hanged man or hanged one that you've ever seen? I just love that so much. It's reversed for Pamela's daughter, which says that this week you need to be kind of in charge and in control. This is not a week to wait and see. This is a week to rise and do. And that may mean making plans. That may mean speaking out. That may mean taking on a big project. All right. Trey Cameron, so good to see you here. Thanks for the help with the interpretation. You're so good. You were such a good reader. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. The 6 of Cups reversed. Interesting. What do I want to do with that for you, Trey? You know, as a prediction, of course, the 6 of Cups could talk about a reunion with an old friend. Or, oh, gosh, this is the second time you've helped me with a reading, Trey. You had some bad memories come up yesterday. And so this week you may be processing that. And there is something here about how you process that. And use your creativity, your spirituality, your knowledge, and your intelligence to process. To process that and heal from it so it does not dominate your week. Like, you know, when something comes up and then it just sort of stays there? This is an opportunity to heal, but it's not an opportunity to let it take over your week. How about that? Renata Quinn Kilharius, this was driving me nuts. How was it that the cards were inconclusive? Okay, for everybody. Renata Quincalharius came on Saturday and asked about would someone win an Oscar. And the cards were like, I couldn't make heads or tails out of it. And there was no one else looking at the cards saying, oh, that's a definite yes, that's a definite no. Like, it was very much a maybe. And here now we have our explanation, because that was bugging me. Like, why don't we know? It's decided. Why don't we know? Here it is. I have some feedback. We did a reading if Fernanda Torres would win an Oscar, and the reading was inconclusive. You said it could go either way. There it is. She lost the Oscar for Best Actress, but won Best International Picture. So it made sense the cards didn't exactly show her losing, but didn't show her winning. So her project won, but she didn't win. Melissa, remember that from Saturday. Cool to take a look back on that. Yes, because part of what we're always doing here is teaching, right? So when you come with that feedback, it helps us understand how things work. So thank you so much for that. Trey, you are more than welcome. And up next is Smile Soul 20. Hey, Wendy, good to see you. Smile Soul 20, here we go. Thank you for being a member for more than 3 years. We really appreciate you. Okay, so the Two of Sacred Circles, the Two of Pentacles, this was in our 3-card weekly reading, but it was reversed. Now, I know a couple of things. I know you might be looking for a new job, and I know you're talking to 2 different women, or at least you were on Saturday. And so the Two of Sacred Circles could speak to either of those things for this week. What I will say overall is this week you're going to focus on, and you're also maybe looking at moving. So I think all of that is coming up this week. You're going to be focusing on making the best decisions that make the most sense in terms of time, money, and energy. And you will be nurturing all possibilities. Makes sense? Liz Harrison, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for using members-only emojis. We really appreciate you. Here we go. Strength. Love it. Liz, what this tells me about the week ahead, it will not be the easiest week. And you're going to have to work to keep yourself on an even keel and to keep your responses to things sort of mellow, if you will. But you have the ability to do everything you need to do this week. Hold yourself and everyone else in compassion as you do. JD, Lisa, Joanne, DH, so good to see all of you. All right, who's up next? It's Gemini Sun. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Liz, when is your trip? I know you've got a trip coming up. Is that like imminent? Is that this week? Because that card would make sense for that. Just saying. All right. A week from today. So next week will be your trip. So this is the planning for the trip week, which also makes sense. All right. All right. All right, and Gemini Sun, here we go. A card for the week ahead. King of Cups reversed. So this week, Gemini Sun, pay attention to your emotional reaction to things, your internal emotional reaction as you go on about your life, the way you react to other people in other situations, and look at, is that really my authentic reaction? Or is that the reaction that I've learned that I don't really like? Or is that a reaction that's coming from a trigger? And really try to, at this stage of the game, regulate your emotions and your reactions so that you know that how you're dealing with things is authentically you. Good luck. Mary, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Gemini, I'm on my period. Okay. All right. Makes sense, actually. So we'll add in that. Make sure it's not hormonally driven. All right. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? It is Mary. And we have Judgment. Mary, I continue to be hopeful for your job with this card. This is all about putting closure to the past and being open to the future. And isn't this a fabulous way to picture that does not rely on that Christian Judgment Day imagery? So, Mary, the past is the past. Do not let the past, do not let the past or worries from the past influence you. Open up to a great future. And I am looking, I was trying to figure it out. It's 1990. These cards were created in 1990. So yeah, a quintessential 90s deck for sure. All right. JD Estrada, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. And I see you're here. Okay. Got back from a mini break and starting the week, a normal week. But you know what, JD? That mini break was really helpful because you are ready. Good to see you. Glad you're here. You are ready to move forward in a way where you're not like constantly feeling like you have to cut yourself open and bleed for people. Where you are ready to sort of take care of yourself and what you need to take care of and hold good boundaries so you can be well and do well for yourself and others. That's what you need to do this week, but I think that's what you've been working on for a while. Yeah, JD, I agree. I'm ready to put those boundaries. Yeah. And it's necessary. It's necessary. Absolutely. All right. Barbie Bird, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for using members-only emojis, and you've also requested for Mix You Ear, and Mix You Ear is here as well. So good. Here we are. Barbie. 9 of Staves or 9 of Wands. This feels like you're starting a tough week. I don't know if you've got some tough stuff going on at work or something else going on, but it feels like you are sort of preparing for a tough week. And I don't know if there really is a tough week to prepare for, or if you're just doing that in your head. So if you know you have a tough week ahead of you, then I'm going to say you're appropriately prepared. If you do not know that, I would say you're being perhaps hypervigilant. How about that? Let me know what you think. And Mix You Ear. And notice I did not say that card predicts a tough week. I did not say that. Mix You Ear, here we go. Michelle in Toronto. Thank you for being a member and for using members-only emojis. Well, looky here. So the Ace of Cups came up reversed in our 3-card reading. So especially auspicious that it comes up for you, Michelle, upright. So this week, focus on love. Seriously. Do everything out of self-love, out of love for others. And it's interesting that this archetypally is the womb and it is your mother's birthday, that place from which you emerged. So there is something there about honoring mom this week and how poignant that is given mom's medical situation. So there's a lot. And I think this week you're going to be in your feelings. And I think you have to allow that and find the beauty and grace of that. Does that make sense? Christina R., so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're going to do Karen, Kim, and you, starting with you. 9 of Cups reversed, Christina R. Okay, so You know how I just said to Barbie that her 9 was not predictive of the week, but may speak to how she's feeling about the week? Unfortunately, your 9 feels a little predictive. I feel like this week some things may not go the way you want them to. And you need to kind of be prepared for that and be prepared to not personalize it. Sometimes I think when things don't go well, you will see that as your personal failing. And in this case, it really will not be. So don't attach to what you don't have control of. All right, now for Karen. Oh, we love this for you, Karen. On one hand, this could be an invitation to spiritual growth. It could be an invitation to really do the shadow work and find that healing that moves you forward. I mean, we all get that invitation from time to time. So it could be that. Or it could be that this week you're going to be dealing with a lot of stupidity that is not yours, but you're going to have to deal with it. And so don't take it on if you don't have to. And that's kind of the third thing, Karen, that I would say about this card. Be careful what you take on. I feel like you may be asked to do something or absorb something or handle something that is not really appropriate at all. So be willing to say no if you need to. And for Kim, Christina R's sister Kim, justice reversed. There are some things going on in your life that really do feel unfair and out of balance. I think this week you're going to put some energy into figuring out what you can do. You know, what are your options? What are your opportunities? How do you turn this around? All right. Divine timing. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. 9 of Sacred Circles reversed. So that's the 9 of Pentacles reversed. This week, divine timing, you may be feeling insecure. Insecure emotionally, insecure financially, not good about yourself, not comfortable in your own skin. We need to turn this around. You need to feel safe and secure. That is really, really important. And so do what you have to do to turn that around. Febborn, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. 6 of Swords. This week, it's all about logic. It's all about making plans to move yourself forward and doing things to move yourself forward based on logic and knowledge, not so much based on emotions, yours or other people's. Divine timing, you are very welcome. Febborn, we just did you. Sarah F., so good to see you. Huh. So, you know, this is always a question, right? Sarah F., so good to see you. Thank you for being a member. We really appreciate you. We're going to do a card for the week ahead, but Sarah has this other quandary. And villagers, I'd love to put this out here because this happened to me recently, and I do think it is worth its own conversation. I keep getting injured, might need to sage, injured my foot with a limp. Then my dog decided to yank me into a snowbank, and my hair got pulled this morning. Sending healing. So, Febborn, so glad you're feeling a bit more balanced. That's good. I had a situation the other day where I cut myself twice. Not bad, not like need stitches or anything bad like that, but just like irritating little cuts twice in the same day. And I had to do a reading about that because, like, what's up that I keep on opening up my skin in this day? What does it mean? And I do think that, you know, when it's that kind of thing, sometimes the universe is trying to tell us something. So if you will indulge me, I'm going to do your card for the day, Sarah, but I'm also going to do a reading on that. I usually don't step out of format, but I think it's so interesting. And I don't know that sage is going to help. You know, I don't know that sage is the right prescription for that. So if you will excuse me this, excuse me, grant me this indulgence. Right, Melissa, death by 1,000 cuts, right? Sarah, what's going on with all these injuries? I think there's a way, Sarah, that your self-protection energy is low because you're feeling really beat up right now. By life, by the universe, by whatever. You're feeling beat up, and so that's allowing you to be beat up more, which is not your fault, and it's really kind of shitty that it's happening. But try to even falsely bolster your sense of confidence, and that will help. Unfortunately, sometimes false confidence is good magic. Weird, but true. All right. Here is your card for the week ahead, Sarah F. Six of Cups reversed. You're not the first person to get this. And I think this week you want to pay attention to thinking habits that are not serving you and to things that you were taught in the past that you still believe that are not true. Getting rid of those things might be helpful. Good luck. So sorry that's happening. All right. Claire C., good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. We really appreciate you, and thanks for using members-only emojis. Prince of Swords, that's like the Knight of Swords. And so this week, Claire, be willing to speak the truth, know that you know the truth, and if you're looking to make travel arrangements, this is probably a good week to do it. And if you're making decisions, know that you are thinking pretty clearly. Nalini, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. And thanks for using members-only emojis. Seven of Staves or Seven of Wands. You know, your forward motion is going to require you being willing to step up, and in the face of people around you having said, you can't do this, you're not good at this, whatever, recognizing that you are absolutely capable and you can absolutely move forward in accordance with your own desires. And there are so many things to cause you to believe that is not true based on things people have said to you in the past, but they're wrong and you're right. Ah, Claire, good. I needed that reassurance. Absolutely, yes. Teresa, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years, and thanks for being a moderator and for using members-only emojis. Four of Cups reversed. This may not be the easiest week, but make the best of it. Stay positive, and it will be fine. No dark imagining. No thinking the worst, just stay positive, all will be good. Karen Hendershot, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. We appreciate you. Nalini, you are very welcome. Okay, Karen Hendershot, Ace of Swords reversed. This is a little tough. There's something going on here. And it may be something you're not trusting that you should trust. I hate to say this, but it may be something you're trusting that you shouldn't trust. Like there's something up here about what is true and what should you trust. And it's fundamental. So this week, be very, very careful about what you're trusting and what you're not trusting, and make sure that you're trusting the right things. And one of the things you should trust is yourself. Von Ray, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. We appreciate you. Four of Staves or Four of Wands reversed. There are ways that you are really not feeling stable and like you have the right community. And I know a part of this may involve looking for literally a new community in which to live. But I think there's also questions about the community of people around you as well. So this week, I feel like you're looking for new community in a couple of different ways. Joyous Ocean, so happy to see you here. I'm going to tell you that at some point this week, I'm going to be, and you're in class, aren't you? Yeah, you're at the yoga studio listening to replay, but I'm still going to tell all of you this. First of all, thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for using members only emojis. Joyous Ocean, Dion C. Monsanto, one of these fell out, is the creator of these card decks. And I think we're going to do them for we're going to use them for readings. I'm going to do a pop-up at some point this week. Who knows? It might even be today. And I'm going to do readings with these cards, which is funny because they're all textual. So the reading might simply be reading the card to you, but then of course I'll have comments, because when don't I have comments? So very cool, right? So be on the lookout for that. Joyce Ocean, we're going to do cards for you, Jada, and Joanne. And Joanne is also a member. Rebecca, I see you and I see your question. Thank you for the way you asked your question. That will help me as I do your interpretation. Hang in. I will get to you. I am on Joyous Ocean right now. I'm glad you're here. All right. Joyous Ocean, here we go. Five of Swords reversed for you, Joyous Ocean. This week it's about negotiation, discussion, and compromise. Compromise is not always a bad word. Sometimes it leads us to diplomacy. And you may be doing some networking and building this week that requires that. Jada. Princess of Swords reversed. This is the Page of Swords reversed. You have been up in your head with thoughts that you know are thinking errors and making decisions that you know are not good decisions, and that's okay. It's called being human, but it would be good to turn that around. No regrets for the past. All right. And for Joanne, who is also a member here, the Chariot reversed. I think there's a real question about what next. And I think this week you're going to be figuring that out. What do you do next? What comes next? What makes sense for you to do next? That's what you'll be figuring out. All right, Sheila Selby, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. The Moon reversed. This week, you're going to get a lot of answers to questions. Keep your eyes and your mind open, and you will learn a lot. TJ and GA, so good to see you. We're going to do a card for you and your daughter. TJ, Queen of Cups reversed. There is something making you sad. There is something where you are in your feelings. Give yourself time to experience that and to figure out your solutions. And for your daughter, there's that Two of Sacred Circles that is really stalking us today. It was also reversed in the 3-card reading. I feel like this week your daughter may be making some decisions, practical decisions for herself, either about her current life or her future, figuring out what works best for her, and it is important that she be empowered to make those decisions. Martha Vink, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for using members only emojis. 8 of Sacred Circles. You know, it's interesting because you are like a little more than a year away from your retirement. So I feel like you're thinking a lot about kind of how you close up this portion of your career, how you go forward, and also how you plan for your future. And it's very practical. It's very practical, and it's just it feels rote in a way, like you got to check the boxes. But there's a lot that you're giving practical consideration to, Martha, and that's appropriate this week. Oh, Von Ray, I have no community up here, unfortunately. At this point, I sometimes feel like, what's the point? It always feels hard for me. I get it. I understand. All right. Dr. Aled, Robin Renee, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Love to you. Eight of Cups reversed. And I'm going to be like, this is when I see this card reversed, I often think about either stubbornness or tenacity. Sometimes it shows up as refusal to heal, but that's not the case here. I think this is probably telling you to continue to be tenacious, but there may be ways you need to check yourself around stubbornness as well. Medium that rocks, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. So, you're reminding us that last Monday you had the Four of Cups reversed. Let's see what you get today. Very similar, really. Seven of Sacred Circles, which is like Seven of Pentacles. There is so much that you're dealing with right now, Medium that rocks, that really is just sort of drudgery and having to make the best of drudgery. And sometimes that's how it is, and it's what you need to do. But remember, this is a garden that you are tending. It's not just drudgery, it's for a larger purpose. And Medium that rocks is like, for sure. Yeah. Autumn Pond, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Okay, here we go. Your card for the week ahead. The Eight of Wands reversed. Do not throw your pearls before swine. Oh, I skipped 64, Amy Penn. I did. Thank you so much. I'm going to finish Autumn Pond and then I'll go back to Amy. Thank you, Wendy. Good moderation there. Most appreciated. All right. So, and Amy, I see you're here. I apologize. Thank you. All right. Autumn Pond. That came to me, like my mother used to say that all the time. Do not throw your pearls before swine. And I don't know how that applies to you, but basically this week, whether it is individuals or something larger that's societal, recognize your wisdom, recognize your creativity, recognize your strength and your ability to communicate. And if there are people around you who are stupid and are not communicating well, do not give them the benefit of your energy. Just leave them alone, either mentally or in life. Just leave them alone. This does tell us that there are ways this week that communication could be delayed or there could be communication kerfuffles. So if you have to send something that's important, an important message, check and double check to make sure it gets through because it may not. So be careful about that. All right. Jeannie Mnuchin, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. You're up next. Right now, I'm going back to catch 64 Amy Penn. So good to see you. So glad you're here, Amy. Thanks for your patience. You get the Empress. This week, it's all about Martha. Take good care. Thank you. This week, it is all about what you're nurturing, Amy. It's all about nurturance. It's about nurturing yourself. It's about nurturing family members. It's about nurturing those family members in your heart, even if they're not nurturing to you. And it's about recognizing what you're creating in your own life. And so, Amy, this week, recognize that you're producing, you're nurturing, you're making things happen. You are on top of things. Give your nurturance to others appropriately. And recognize that what you are creating in your life will come forward in a positive way without worry. Do not worry. What you are creating will bear fruit. It is a beautiful Empress card. Smile Soul 20 is like, yes, and yes, yes. How did you know that? Yeah, well, there you go. All right. Now we're coming back to, yeah, 64 Emmy Pen. That was a good card, worth waiting for. Now we're going back to Jeannie Mnuchin. So good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. The Princess of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, upright. This is really good news for the week ahead. It tells us that you'll have the knowledge, the ability, the clarity to do what you need to do. Use your voice to get what you need, but you'll have the ability and the knowledge and the information. You'll have what you need this week. Okay. Jolie James, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a moderator. The Sun reversed. This week, do not let people piss in your Cheerios. Do not let people rain on your parade. Do not let people steal your joy. Seriously, you stay in that place of joy. Don't steal your joy from yourself, and don't let anyone else do it to you. Baby Cake, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. 8 of Sacred Circles. You're not the first one to get this. This week, it's really about work and learning, work and study. And sometimes it's about learning by doing, that repetitive thing that we have to do. So focus on practical things, do what needs to be done. That will serve you. Okay, Vaishali, good to see you. Thanks for being here. The Prince of Cups reversed. So that's like the Page of Cups reversed. And I think there are ways that you really want sweet conversation with people, and you don't always know how to initiate that. And you don't always have the people around you that you really would want to have around you. And all of that can become very difficult. So do what you can to be kind to yourself and to make those good friends over time. Jolie, you are more than welcome. Okay. Lisa E., so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're going to do you and Jenna. All right. For you, Lisa, the Princess of Cups reversed. So there are ways, I think, Lisa, there are ways where I feel like you need to, this week, speak kindly to yourself and about yourself. And if other people are not being kind to you, do not be around them or try to gently correct them, because you deserve to be treated with kindness and gentleness this week and always. All right. And for Jenna, the Two of Swords reversed. It's getting to be crunch time for making some decisions. And so be willing to do that. Don't be afraid to do that. Christine Hallowell, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. I guess this is your card. Can't go wrong with that, the Wheel of Fortune. This week, expect luck to be on your side. This week, be willing to take reasonable risks. This week, look to your future with hope. Okay. Jackie Masters, you're up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Thanks for using members-only emojis. You get the Hanged one reversed. This is a week to really take control. It is time to set things in motion, whatever that means. Sign up for the thing, make the phone call, do the thing. It is all about, if you don't do it, who will? Take control and do what you need to do. Melissa, user error on my part, didn't press send on my request. I will consider this your request. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. So good to see you. 4 of Sacred Circles. This is all about self-care. This is all about recognizing, I have that image of like Kermit the Frog, the meme, Kermit the Frog in profile, sipping tea, just saying, well, that doesn't concern me. Like, other people's craziness does not concern you, except when it does. But a lot of times it doesn't. And so this week, you're going to really put that, it's not just boundaries, it's protective energy. You need to be. See how like we're in the lodge? You need to be in your own lodge. That's really the key. You need to take care of yourself. You need to know who your helpful people are, and you need to know that you're okay and will be okay no matter what. And when I said that, that sounded way more ominous than I wanted it to. So you'll be okay. You'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just good self-care is key. Oh, Jackie, you have an interview tomorrow. Well, this bodes well for that. Oh, Christine, thank you so much. The workload looks impossible. Well, and that card does not necessarily say you should take it. It says you're in charge of the decision. My question, Jackie, is it more along the lines of making the change that you were hoping to make? Okay, Renata, Quinn Kilharius, so good to see you. Here's your card. The 6 of Swords reversed. This week, there's a lot that's going to come at you that feels illogical or that makes you feel illogical. You will need to struggle to stay in your logical mind, but that is what you must do. Theranaya, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Death reversed. This week, Jackie, so that's a thing to think about. But it could be you take a job for now while you're working for something else. That could happen. Or looking for something else. Okay. Theranaya, death reversed. If you are trying to create change, you're going to need to try a different way. If there is change that you're worried about, you can be reassured that that's probably not going to happen. So the question this week is about what is changing, what is not, what is your relationship with change? Are you being stubborn in a way, or are we happy to have sort of a calm road ahead? That's the question. And Wendy Robeson, here you are being an awesome moderator. It's time for your card. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for being a moderator. And there's that 9 of Wands for you, and I'm going to say gird your loins. There's another attack coming. I swear to goodness, and I don't know if it comes from inside or outside. The call may be coming from inside the house. Be careful. Be careful of your own tendency to sell yourself short. Be careful of the fact that there are people around you who will try to get you to be bought into their stuff rather than your own stuff. So this week, you have to protect yourself. DH, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. All right, Wendy, cool. Cool. DH, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. We really appreciate you. 8 of Wands reversed. You're not the first person to get this. DH, there's a communication issue. It may be a phone, like literally a technology issue, an email issue, a phone issue. It may be an issue with a person. It may be an issue with a spirit. But one way or another, this week, look for the communication issue and work to fix it. Lisa McCord, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Will you be able to join us on Sunday? I hope that you will. Good to see you. And here is a card for you. Princess of Swords, that's like the Knight of Swords. So this week, Lisa McCord, things are going to move very quickly. There may be some important conversations. Don't let it, like if you're going to have the conversation, have the conversation. Don't let it lag. Do what you need to do. Look for what you need to look for. Find the truth you need to find. Joanne Ellis, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. 9 of Sacred Circles. Joanne, this week be confident in yourself. This could be a really good week for you. This could be a good week financially. It could be a good week in terms of building your own sense of self and your own sense of personal confidence and security. Lean into that this week. Oh, Lisa, I am so glad. I will look forward to seeing you. Yay. Okay. Here we go. Rebecca, you are up next. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Facing a very scary week to you. 6 of Cups reversed. You are not the first person to get this. And I wonder if it's scary because you've been through it before and you know what it is. And if that's the case, I'm going to say it may be different. I wonder if, like, you know, the thing I want to say with this card is no matter what you're doing, you have the skills and the ability to get through this. And you have to count on that. You have to count on yourself and knowing yourself well enough to know that you will get through this. Does that help? Does that make sense? All right. Let's see. Here we go, just scrolling through. All right, friends, from my perspective, I've answered every question. If I accidentally skipped you, I'm so sorry. It is never my intention to do that. It's last call for readings. Now, there is a link right in the description to book a reading with me. Please do so. If you happen to be local, please plan on joining us this Sunday. This Wednesday, we have Global Tarot Circle. All are welcome. The link is already up. Please join us, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Tonight, if you happen to have a StaarCon 5 ticket, there is a Lenormand workshop going on, I think it's 7:30 this evening, in the Meeting Hall Lounge on Sullivan's. I think that's all my announcements. Rebecca, not clear exactly yet, but we'll keep this in mind. Yeah, there is a sense that you will know what to do. You'll know how to handle it. You will know what to do. It will be okay. All right, my friends, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you. Special shout out, of course, to the members and the moderators. I'll see you soon. Book your appointment with me. See us for Global Tarot Circle. And if you are local, make a plan to join us on Sunday. Take good care. Thanks so much.